Right, so this is the very short version of about my experience, my first experience with Bufo Alvarius. That's also known as OTAC, which is 5-MeO-DMT. According to Terrence McKenna, if you don't know who he is, look him up. It's the most powerful entheogen on the planet. So my background is the following. I've done ayahuasca 6 times, peyote once, didn't feel anything on that. Had very light ayahuasca experiences in comparison. I mean, just no words for it. And I've done mushrooms twice, which was really cool. And until I'd done this, I thought were very interesting. I still think they've got probably some good values to them, but once you've done Bufo Alvarius, there's really, I don't think there's anything that's ever going to come close. Why? Because this shows you the truth of who you are. It shows you your real person, your real self, and it teaches you that you are not your mind. In my case, it was centered around judgments, and the conclusion came out of it, and it's just very freeing conclusion is that judgment does not exist. It simply does not exist, and it's nowhere but in my mind. That's it. It's nowhere, and that's the same for everything. So you know, I know I need to work out. For example, I need to. I want to be fit. I want to be fucking ripped. I want to look great. And I've got my mind going, oh no, you know, I'm tired. Oh, I'm going. Oh, I don't feel like doing. And now I can say, that's just my mind. You don't fool me. I'm better than that. Now I need to apply it. Now that's the second thing. Now this thing is just, I think it's probably like any other psychedelic or whatever. It doesn't do the homework for you. It teaches you stuff about yourself, or rather you teach yourself about stuff. You get into contact with your consciousness, and so you become more aware of things, but you've still got all your homework to do. You've got to, if you've got bad habits, you have to stop them. Right? But it shows you get in flow with yourself completely. There are no words to describe this experience. The more I would try to describe it, the less you would know about it. In fact, and that's absolutely true about anything. And the more you think you know about stuff, the less you do, because your mind cannot know anything. Right? Your mind does not know anything at all. The more you think you know, the less you've got a clue. And that might be tricky to find, but to understand if you haven't been through any of these things, or if you haven't done meditation or whatever. But well, hopefully you'll get it, because we as humans, and we just really do need to understand that sort of thing. So yeah, I'm doing this very coldly. If you want the details on how I felt, if you want the emotion, you'll have to watch the longer version, which is 40 minutes long. You don't have to watch all of it, of course. But you'll get a lot more information in there on how the experience happens. You smoke it. It's 50 milligrams of this yellowish powder. You use a glass tube. It's heated up, and you breathe it in one go. It takes about 5 seconds for you to start feeling amazing, and to know that the most important thing of your life is going to happen to you. And then 3 to 5 seconds later, you're lying on your back, and you're I was going to say you're out, but no, you're in. You're actually in. It's not, you know, it's not out of this world. It's in this world more than anything your mind or imagination can possibly conceive. If you think you've seen fantastic things in the movies or whatever about this, just forget about all that, and find yourself. If you think you're not in flow with yourself, you think you're not happy, you think you're not peaceful, you think you're not appreciating life as you should, part of your heart is telling you, this is not you, you're better than this, you can do better, you're not living up to your full potential, then you probably could be doing yourself I think a massive favor by taking this thing. So there you have it. If you want more information, check out the longer video. The cost of this was 1,000 pesos. That's about 60 euros, 55, 60 euros. I don't know how much it is in dollars, 70 or something like that. 70, 75, I guess. And that's it. There's no I don't think there's any danger specifically to this thing. I would not recommend doing anything while you're on antidepressants. I mean, if you're taking antidepressants and stuff like that, you're I think most probably you're doing yourself a disservice. But that's just my opinion. You really need to get off them as soon as you can. They're only lowering your awareness, lowering your consciousness, probably making you feel think all sorts of false crap like oh, this life is not worth living. Oh, what's the point? There's no point. There's no and all that shit. If you connect to your heart, it will be so clear that that's not true, and you will never think that sort of thing again. Me, I feel I feel there was a me before, and there's a me after. So I did it 2 days ago. I really feel that there was a me before that didn't know anything, and now I finally managed to know something, but through feeling, not through my mind. My mind can't teach me anything, just through feeling and through being. And I've had a sort of, I've had these revelations about about judgment, the fact that it exists only in my mind and nowhere else, and things like that. And also, it's got rather cold here, as you can see. I'm wearing this. I'm in Mexico, Guanajuato. Rarely gets cold here, but it's been very windy and very, very cold wind, and I've been out at night, and yesterday I was outside for an hour and a half, and my hands got very cold, and I could have just put them in my pockets, I could have warmed them up, protected them or whatever, but I left them out there because I was grateful to be feeling, and it was no longer really cold, it was just feeling, just sensation. And so one night, the night after the experience, I came back home around I don't know, 10 p.m. or something, and I went to walk the dog, and there's this spot where I usually stop to look at the sunset, and the sun had already set for a long time, but there was still some light and it was still pretty, and I said I was going to walk past it, and I was thinking, my mind was telling me, get home, it's cold, and I was hurrying up, and I felt almost like running, and I went past this spot, and then I just said, hang on, no, and I walked back, and I stopped there, and I just felt the wind in my back blowing through my clothes, and I felt the wind on my hands, and I just decided to enjoy what I was seeing and what I was feeling. And that at that very specific moment, I realized that in a certain strange way I was appreciating cold, but it wasn't really cold, it was just the sensation, just the feeling of being here in the experience. And I was grateful for that. For the first time in my life, as far as I can remember, I was grateful for cold. And now I've been hating cold for years and years and years, like you have no idea, like I hate cold. But no, I don't. We don't hate anything. It's not who we are. And so yeah, bottom line, we're here to learn through feeling, and we're here to be in flow with ourselves, which means to be aware and to be connected to our own consciousness. And don't care what you think. And I hope if you do think this sort of thing, you'll realize that your mind is fooling you. We are not physical beings. In fact, I think science is pretty much good at disproving any such ideas. Quantum physics and stuff. There is no past and there is no future. There is only the present. That's become clear to me now. There is no such thing as the past or the future, because the past and the future exist only in your mind. And we are here to feel, to learn through feeling, to learn through the heart. You can't learn any other way. And we are a consciousness that for some reason, I don't know why exactly or how, has either felt the need or something to be here in this like physical experience, to feel and to learn through feeling. And one girl who was at the thing, I think with her mother, I'm not sure, I think she was there with her mother, and I asked her about her experience, how it went, and she said, I saw that what we really are is this sphere of consciousness, like light and consciousness, in the middle of nothing, in the void. And being here in this experience, even if we're going to go through something horrible, it's still better than not being, than just being this consciousness in the middle of nothing. And I thought that was quite profound. And it fits with things that I knew in words but haven't really managed to feel yet, or hadn't until 2 days ago, which is we are gratefulness for being here in this experience. We are gratefulness. It's not we're grateful. We are gratefulness. And to be coherent, you need to be grateful for the good things and the bad. Because in fact, nothing has an intrinsically good or bad value to it. There's you being in flow with yourself, and that's love, and it's lack of judgment, absence of judgment. You not harming, empathy, compassion, love, all of that. That's who we are. That's who we are. And if you're in flow with that, then everything's perfect. And but yeah, there's no intrinsically good value, good or bad value to the rain or the cold or the clouds or the trees or anything. It's just, it is what it is. And yeah. So if you want to know what it is, what it's like to take this thing, which is the most amazing thing I think that will ever happen to me, to connect to myself, like in that way, just amazing. Makes me so want to live and be here and be better and do the things that I know in my heart that I need to do. If you want to know what that feels like, forget anything you think you might know, anything you've conceived in your mind, anything you've imagined about it. Try to forget everything, because even the slightest thing that you think you know is not the truth, and it's not that. And that applies to everything you think in your mind about anything at all. Alright, so good luck to you, and those who want that in their life, who want peace, who want love, who want to be themselves again, then this is for you. I think, I don't know. I don't know. My experience. I shouldn't say that for other people, but for me, my experience. I'm here to be myself and to be the best version of me that I can. And this, I feel, is going to help me do that, because it's shown me that it's completely possible, and that I already have it in me, and that I always had, and I always did. That's who I am. It's just, I'm not judgment. I'm not my mind. I'm free, and I'm love, and it feels great, and I'm really glad I did it. And if you do it, I'm pretty sure you'll be glad you did it too.